station will rule the nation on face-to-face basis when we blast off. It's real on the fast phone. On the turf of the court, yeah, we here for the sport, so take your mask off. So I can hear your ass talk. Let me hear you explain. Hold the thoughts on your brain. Is your ass smart? Spit facts and real talk. I need that shit from the street that make you think real deep and take a long walk. This podcast is hella lit with my man JD Vince and Skizzo Blizzard.
What's going on, family? Welcome back to the Mask Uncovered podcast. You know what it is, man. JD Vince in the building.
It's your boy Hollywood Skiz. Another episode.
And as always, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Continue to subscribe, like the channel, and share it to all your friends and family. Don't be scared now. It's free. It's free.
We're getting a lot of views, but we're not getting the support as a like, a comment. I mean, we appreciate the views, but share it. You know, we need a little bit more. We're starting to get into this a little deeper. So just show support with the like button, share, some comments. It'll help.
And also comments, though. Like real talk, like you said. Add in. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you expect to see, what you're getting, what you're not getting. That's going to promote us, push us, and we always going to answer those questions, and we're going to keep moving on. But as we always, go ahead.
No, and if you follow the Unmasked topic of the day, I just started maybe last 2 weeks. If you missed the topic, I put that in every week, so you can comment on whatever the topic is. Each week we do it. So if you got something to say about it, we can maybe read it or say something on the next episode. So just show some love with some opinions on what we're doing out here.
And with that said, you know how we do it this time. I go for you know what it is, man. What my man got tonight, man?
Hey, tonight real
bro,
simple.
In the house, drink of the day. We got to make sure we say this always. It's the drink of the day. And it's coming from Skizzo, right off the Blizzo. What do we give it?
This is that Will Smith Oscar Bel Air tonight. You know,
yeah.
It's from Will Smith tonight. You know what I'm saying?
So those are on sale for $5.
Oh shit, the price still on there.
Yeah, I seen that. They $5. They $5 now.
Nah, we usually do a original drink most of the time, but sometimes we just cool out. Y'all know what's happening in the entertainment world, so we're gonna be on that most of the night. Will Smith, but we'll get to it. But we easing out with this Bel Air tonight, Bel Air Gold. So next week I have something different for y'all. But other than that, we're gonna get into this NBA real quick and go from there. With this playoff race about to happen, man. East, West Coast, right now it's getting tight. First place, Miami's in first place right now. Milwaukee's right behind, so that's going to be interesting because you got Brooklyn 8th place. So I don't think any first seed want to see Brooklyn in the playoffs in the beginning, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We got in the West, we got Phoenix on top. Same thing. Lakers they're trying to get in what you call
a play-in.
When's the last time you seen that?
Man, I'm going to tell you from my point of view, right now, if it ended the way it is, I would love that because, like you said, on the east side, nobody want to face Brooklyn, man. Brooklyn, that AC, and if you Miami, we already know Miami's going home. Night. Miami's night. So, I like where the Celtics at 3 right now. Toronto at 6. We definitely going into the next round.
Who, Boston?
Yeah. I have to say that, right. Like, so, those top 4 seeds, I'm going to tell you, though, nobody wants to fall to play Brooklyn. That's my opinion. But how do you feel? You think anybody want to play Brooklyn?
I don't think no one wants to play Brooklyn, but they might fall into that play-in series, and that's what's that? 1 game? Two? What is it? The play-in series, 2 games?
Whoever Brooklyn play, they're gonna win that game.
I'm saying it's not a series. It's they can slip. Is what I'm saying. They should be scared of that. I think they could beat anybody in a series. Bel Air, but I think that play-in is more scarier because any freak accident can happen in the play-in. So I wish they was in that 7th spot or that 6th spot, but
Oh, I see what you said. So you saying
A
that
play
you think
is-
Brooklyn don't even need to sit there and play with it? You think
play-
Brooklyn need to get out of that playing spot altogether?
I
Well,
think
7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, well, 7 seed too. It's not
7
the
seeds
play.
they play into. That's why I
Yeah.
said 6, maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
if they get
you
into
safe
the
in
six.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
1
safe
through
at
6,
6.
You safe, but them
But the way it
Celtics-
is right now, man. But dog, losing my man, Raj Williams, man. Robert Williams, losing him, man, hurt us, man. But
He back.
But he'll be
He'll be
back
back
in the
before-
second round. If we could get to the second round, that's why I'm like, if we get Toronto, one of them, or Chicago Bulls, we'll beat them.
Shit, Chicago's been shit.
I'm not
Like the
worried
top
about
of the league.
Chicago, Toronto.
That
I'm not
DeRozan,
worried about
that
that.
nigga had 50
Right,
last night.
Facts. The solid team. It'll go 6. We'll beat them. I don't want to be playing Brooklyn in the first round. Not without Robert Williams. That's all I'm saying. Like now, if we had our full
But
team
there's no
healthy,
way.
I don't care who we play.
There's no way they'll play Brooklyn anyway, so they ain't got to worry about that.
Well, shit, it is. We all one game out.
Yeah, but
There's a
what-
way.
Brooklyn just lost last night. So
Yeah.
they one game out. They could be ninth. So Celtics are what? Fourth?
Third right now.
Third.
Right.
It's unlikely. There's a scenario where they can meet Brooklyn. It's
one game
unlikely.
Listen, we're one game. That's what I'm
Half a
saying.
game.
Yeah, it's one game. So what I'm saying is,
In one
no
team.
matter what, there's still a lot of games to be played, and there is a chance that we could be first, second, or third, and whoever's first, second, or third, it could go any way. So it's still some games left, and we have an easier schedule than most of the than Milwaukee and Miami.
Miami.
Yeah. So, and then on the West Coast, man,
Gonna be the
man,
first
Phoenix.
year Lakers might not be in the playoffs. I see Phoenix though with Chris Paul back too. They was playing strong without Chris Paul. Chris Paul back.
Favorite player.
Yeah. Chris Paul. No, this nigga hating on Chris Paul. Shit, we had an episode on that shit. I don't even start, so we
Chris
ain't
Paul,
got time.
Chris coming back is gonna hurt the Phoenix Suns. No, I'm not an idiot. I still love the game, and I know great players, and I know greatness when I see it. So, Phoenix Suns is the best team in the West. Totally packaged together, all of them healthy. They're the best team in the West. Now, there's a
Memphis.
threat. I was going to say there's a threat. There's two threats. There's Memphis and there's Golden State. Memphis is one of those teams that can be there and have a good fight, losing game 7. I just don't think that young teams typically have that will to win a game 7, whether they have home court or not. Like I think that is growing pains. Like typically, professionally, there has to be growing pains. That team is a young team. John Morant. I'm not saying they can't beat them. I'm not saying they're not a great team or a good team, but when it comes down to winning a game 7, like on the road or at home, I don't know if Memphis is built for that. I think Golden State has a better chance of beating Phoenix.
Not without Steph, right?
Right. A healthy Golden State is the only thing that's preventing the Phoenix Suns from going to the finals.
And Memphis.
No, I don't think Memphis. I think Memphis healthy still cannot beat Phoenix Suns. I don't see it.
I don't know. Them boys are playing.
They
hard
are.
without Morant.
They are.
And this,
they are.
they look like that Cinderella team, but it's not even Cinderella-ish. They look legit. Like
They do.
They ain't sneaking up on nobody. Them boys are legit. So it's interesting. But it's about to start. I think like 6 more games left.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real interesting, man. But I'm rooting for Kyrie. That's my guy. And if not him, I wouldn't mind Morant getting a ring or a shot at it.
All right. Well, we ain't gonna keep beating up the NBA, so we gotta move on just slightly. Bruce Arians stepping down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach. Now, excuse me, this is the first coach that actually hired a all minority, like assistant coaches. He had special teams, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, all minorities. So that Rooney Rule, so-called, that NFL instituted, he actually lived it. Like he actually had staff members and 2 female staff members on his team. And he just stepped down, and now he's given the head coach a position to Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles was the head coach of the New York Jets for a couple of years, a shitty-ass team. And now, as African Americans get these shitty jobs, then when you do a shitty job at the job, they don't never want to give you a chance to be a head coach again. Because what? They say when you was a head coach, you was 15 and 50. Yeah, well, you put me in a shitty situation when typically you continue to recycle that tree of Caucasian coaches. But we're not going to make that a debate. I'm just saying that with Bruce Arians stepping down, giving Todd Bowles the head coach position of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is great to see for me.
All I gotta say is I think Brady had something to do with that. Because what don't he have something? That's the coach. Shit, he cried lying to me. I think Brady
got something to do with anything that happened.
Hell yeah. Him and Arians wasn't the best of friends, bro. But that's a whole another issue we can get into. But
right, ain't no need to delve into that.
Yeah, Brady had something to do with that too. But the black head coach, man, shitty jobs. We gotta take what we can get. If it's a shitty job and make it a good job. This is the first probably competitive job a black coach has gotten.
With an opportunity to actually win.
Right.
Well, we not necessarily. Well, yeah. We'll stick with that.
Yeah. But shit, we could go back to Tampa Bay when, was it Dungy?
Yeah,
that could have been his. That's his.
That's
shit.
what I was saying.
So,
I was thinking of that.
Yeah.
And then he had to go and get one in Indy. I mean, he wasn't set up as beautiful, but I mean, he still stepped into a okay situation. But typically, no denying that. Mm-hmm. No denying that. No need to even debate that. We on the same page with that.
That's right.
So done with that. Kick it off, baby.
But this is what we do every night. This is what you all tune in for. The unmasked topic of the day. Tonight, what we doing, my boy?
Man, well, we're going to combine that with the whole situation that happened with the rather slap myself. Man, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air done fucked around and slapped somebody, man. So, instead of just parting specifically about the Oscar slap, everybody's seen it, we're going to make this the Mask Uncovered question of the night. And we're going to speak for the next hour long it takes to go through this whole process of
a little different tonight, y'all.
A little different tonight.
Format.
How do you feel? Anybody's living under a rock, which I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this podcast and any podcast in the world knows that Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on the stage at the Oscars. So pretty much like, how do you feel about that? Which one was real? Which one was fake? Which one was ideal? Which one would you rather be? Anything that you want to pull from this? Was Will right? Was Will wrong? Was Chris Rock right in his reaction? Was Chris Rock wrong in his reaction? How do you feel about the whole situation? And you could take off from there. And where do you want to go from there? It's open floor tonight, baby.
This is that 4-way highway, nigga. Which way am I getting off at? Like, I
think you're wrong. No,
I gotta start off with Will showing some bizzles, like, cause his mom said this is the first time this nigga ever got aggressive, like, so. Just starting off with that, I think he just had it, or emotional breakdown that night. Jada gave him the nod, like, all right, motherfucker, this is it. I'm not going to take too much of this bullshit you doing. And he got up and gave Chris Rock the business. And I think he timed it, too, because he wouldn't have did that at any other show with too many other comedians. I think Chris Rock's a little laid back, and He probably ain't about all that crazy shit. He's the type of person who would give you a pass. So I think he kind of picked the situation, you know what I mean, that night. And Chris Rock not hitting him back. People say, oh, he took the high road and that's what a man's supposed to do. I mean, shit. I think a man's supposed to defend yourself anywhere. I don't give a fuck if it was the Oscars, nigga. You ain't gonna hit me nowhere. I don't give a fuck about the reputation of this show. You ain't gonna hit me nowhere. Like on stage and none of that shit. I kicked Will in his motherfucking back. That motherfucker would have fell off stage. The goons I had who I paid, we'd have stopped now.
So you think Will was okay with reacting the way he did, or you?
I think he had to, and not that his marriage is on the line, because that marriage is crazy as shit. That's one of the craziest marriages I ever heard. So I don't think his marriage is on the line, but maybe more of his manhood and how she looked at him was on the line. So my opinion, I don't think he should have did it because the motherfucker was laughing first. But his family's more important than my thoughts. So I'm thinking he was thinking like this is it. Like she didn't like that. That really hurt her. That comment, that joke hurt her. Let me defend my lady is what I'm thinking he was thinking. And I can't say any man's wrong for that. But hitting another man on stage, he could have did that after. So I think that part's wrong. You know what I mean? Confronting that, smacking that grown man on stage, that part was wrong. He could have screamed out or said some profanities, but y'all get back to me. We got some people in the audience. So.
Yeah, but definitely the way I looked at it, like I'm sitting up here when I see this is it's so difficult to comment on, especially being a married man. But what I equate it to is, okay, we're regular Moes, right? So we're not paid entertainers. We're not multimillionaires that's expected to be or react or behave a certain way, right? So sometimes, no matter what, they're just like us, right? They bleed just like we bleed. Like, I don't care how much money you have, you can't disrespect me. So that's one avenue that I always think about. But there's a reason why you're paid. There's a reason why you are in this situation. So, as a married man, you're not going to disrespect my wife, period. Right? Now, are there ways to react to that? So, I'm looking at Will Packer's producing the show, the Oscars. He's already dealing with different issues. He didn't want to bring in the whole war situation with the Ukraine. He had issues with that. He's changing the categories of some of the Oscars, and he had beef with that. So African Americans are proud to have, an African American producing the Oscars that was so-called all white. Right. Time and a place for everything. Will Smith, like Chris Rock is a comedian. Not only just that, all the jokes that was said on stage, they was roasting everybody in the audience. Jokes was hitting crazy hard with so many other people, but also you and your wife was brought into a few jokes earlier within the show from Regina Hall. Like, okay, well, Will Smith can come home with me. Different things of that nature. People have been clowning you in your relationship for years.
Right.
Doesn't make it right or wrong. It was a tasteless joke, but it's not like alopecia's cancer. It's not like, Chris Rock is a high-paid comedian. He made a joke. Right, so
it was tasteless.
Right, it was a tasteless joke. Whether you like it or
opinion,
not.
I don't think it was tasteless.
Yeah,
to my opinion.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, a joke's a joke, right? Mm-hmm. Like you could take it wrong, right, or whichever way you want to take it.
Right.
And like you said, this dude laughed at the joke initially, like, damn, like, yo, that was funny. Then he looked at his wife. So, again, now do you pull him to the side? You're Will Smith. You trying to tell me you can't go backstage at any time? You cannot. You don't know which way. Chris Rock's only up there for another 3 minutes.
Right.
He's on introducing us.
After
one award, right? So like now, not even the after party. Like literally, he's off stage in 3 to 5 minutes. Yo, which way is he? Did that really hurt her?
True.
Yo, listen. Even if I take you in the back room, listen, come here, let me holler at you. Let's go into this bathroom. Let's go in this back room, and then we do that off stage. So it's just like for Will Smith. And then all the shit that's done happened, and I don't want to bring up his whole shit, but let's bring it up. Okay, so August Alsina, like, different shit. Like, yo, you're sure the whole Tupac, there's so many things, every comedian in the world, like your relationship, and this is why I say that is so different for individuals like them, because you're living a public life. We know so much about them and their relationships and their lifestyle. So, you can't just ask somebody straight off the street like, oh, what would you do if somebody disrespected your wife? Right. No, man, shit, you work at the gas station. Somebody disrespect my wife, fuck that gas and that gas station. Like, but there's a reason. And you've been beat up throughout everything, everybody, and now you want to smack Chris Rock? Like, it was tasteless for me.
Not sorry about it either, because he apologized later. He didn't apologize right away because he wasn't sorry. He got it with his publicist or whatever, and it was like, it's a good idea that you apologize. That's probably why he didn't mean it. I don't think the apology.
Now, I don't know if you guys know, but now Will Smith has resigned from the academy. So. And it's still, obviously, some penalties that's going to come. I don't know if they're going to take his Oscar away. But it's fucked up, too, because it's possible, but who knows what's going to happen. But it's messed up because then my man from the Roots, Questlove, won the Oscar right after that. So he didn't even get the shine on stage. And that's something that Will said in his apology is like, the whole room was taken back off of your reactions. So now that's somebody that's finally getting to a pinnacle that they've been trying to reach all their lives. You took away from that. Like, everybody after that. The whole room was shook. So it's everything and everywhere. Now, to Chris Rock, I'll say for Chris Rock, you seen him kind of brought out that little, like, if you watch the video, he kind of cocked back like he was gonna swing.
I missed that shit.
Like he threw like he cocked back his fingers. I ain't gonna say no. He ain't never make a fist. He might have twisted a finger or two. But he tightened up a little bit. But
brace himself. That's all. He ain't want nothing. Brace himself for that.
Hey, Chris Rock, big up to you. That's. It's funny because I watched The Wire and I watched The Wire a lot, and I remember Cuddy, man, like when he had a chance to peel this cat's cat back, and then he was talking to Avon Barksdale, and he said, you know what, I actually had the opportunity to peel that cat's cat back, and it's just not in me anymore. And at the end of that scene, what was said was, he used to be the man back in the day. And Avon said, you know what? He's a man today. So when you stand up, so many of us look at opportunities and see that, okay, this is what a man should do. So many people are saying Chris Rock should have kicked him in the back or punched him in the head and whatever else. But you know what? To me, Chris Rock, you're a man today. You didn't react the way a slum clown, whatever you want to name him, would have acted. I respect what you did.
Hold on. Nah. I'm the one who said I'd have kicked him in the fucking back.
No. I don't want to say that. Okay. No. Well, I don't want to say that.
I think Chris Rock is right for what he did.
That's what
he's no.
So then you agree then?
Nah, nigga, don't touch shit.
Okay, well,
do you Slumdog Me?
No. Okay,
I'm saying I think Chris Rock did what who he is.
That's exactly what I just said.
You said no. You said some slum motherfucker would have kicked him in the back. I'd have kicked him in the back or whatever because that's just the man I am. You're not gonna hit me nowhere.
All right, so
that's all. Don't make me
no.
Less of a man than him.
So we agreeing that Chris Rock was a stand-up dude for not doing anything that to him.
I don't call it a. He was no less of a man for doing it. No, okay, not at all. No less.
So I'm staying with that. So now
I just had to clear that shit up.
No. You had to clear shit up. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I said that some individuals out there, and if it was just you that you thought you took that the wrong way.
Because I'm the one who said it. I said I would kick them in the back.
Man, shit. I have so many written comments down.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people.
Well, a lot of people were saying that. Oh, Chris Rock is crazy Slick Rock. Chris Rock should have punched him in the face. And so many things. So all I'm saying is,
I don't think so.
So that's why I'm glad that we're talking this way.
Be who you are at any situation. If Chris Rock did what he's still a man.
I think that Chris Rock was stand up, and I appreciate what he did, and that needs to be recognized and said. That's all I wanted to say. It wasn't no knock to you. None of that. But a lot of people are thinking, And like I said, you got to remember, we got to separate the two. Me and you are here, so of course I'm going to sit up. Now, me here today, like, not fuck Chris Rock. If I'm sitting somewhere and somebody did that, I'm going to kick him in the back of his neck. So, it's totally, we're speaking on Chris Rock. Okay. Not you and I. Chris Rock, you did the thing, and he was just at the Wilbur.
Oh yeah, he still ain't really. He didn't really speak about it. He just said he's still processing it.
Fact.
And but he's getting a lot of support and getting a lot of motherfucking money. That's why I ain't off the other idea of this motherfucker being staged. I know no one's gonna agree with me, but
I don't disagree.
More money since this happened.
$40 tickets is now $500. $40 tickets is now $500. So I don't know.
Did you hear the new movie Academy Slap coming out next? There's all type of shit coming out, nigga.
They call new Slap City's coming out next year.
Hell yeah, that shit's making me.
Like you said, I didn't want to put that to the side either. That I think that it's still. I don't think that he would. But who knows? Who knows?
Would you be shocked if next week they like, oh, this shit was a gimmick? Would you be shocked?
Yeah, I would not. Not me. But obviously, so we got some people in the house, and that's why we made this all one topic, so everybody can have a little comment.
Who do you all think was?
Oh, just your opinion. Just your opinion on the topic.
We gotta still keep it to the question of the day. Do you think Will Smith, for defending his wife, was real, or do you think Chris Rock not responding is real? Like, which one was the realest move, do you think, to the audience?
Will ain't respond until Jada looked at him because he was laughing. And once Jada looked at him, that's when he got up and did what he did.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, yeah, that's corny. You know what I mean? I guess, he was trying to do his little Tupac for her,
Yeah. But do you think, like, say you're with your wife, I don't know if you're a married girl, you with your girl, and a comedian says something funny, but it hits your girl a different way, not like you, and you laughing, but then you look at her and it really hits her, and you look at her eyes and like, that really hit.
Will Smith a comedian too, so he already know. And let's not forget that before Chris Rock started saying the jokes, he was saying, I love you, Jada. He was saying that, you know what I mean?
I
just a comedian
I get it.
His job.
But I get it. But at some point, I know he's a comedian. Mm-hmm. She's an actor. At some points, you're real to your person too. So I'm saying it could have been. I'm not here or there. I'm just saying at some point, Jada could have been like looking at him like that really hurt, and he didn't know, and he can still react. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't always know how your girl's feeling.
Well, that's corny. So remember back in the day when I think it was like an Eddie Murphy stand up when it was a joke about Mike Tyson. Like, if Mike Tyson slapped your girl, what you gonna do? Right. Well, what she do? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What did Jada do? So if that was The Rock,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Hosting the Oscars or whatever, and he said that joke, do you think Will Smith would have walked up there and tried to slap The Rock? No.
Yeah, but one thing I want to add, right? Because I know you want to narrow it down.
That's true.
He used Chris. He wanted to make it.
But hold on, I know that you want to narrow it down. I want y'all to look at it as two different perspectives. Not what would you do. Good point. All right, so what would you do? Now, how do you feel about what Will did? Now, mind you, we have to be in Will's situation. So you see how I separated? Okay, well, I think Chris Rock did the right thing. But like the way you brought the question up, I just wanted to make sure that we're not saying what would you do. How do you feel about what Will did?
Based
on
his situation with that psycho.
Right. He was wrong.
So now somebody else could take.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, flip a coin. It looks like it's.
The problem is.
I
don't think y'all know the history.
We know it.
I know it, but bring it up. Bring it up.
I don't know if it was 2016, 17, whatever year it was.
Man, I'm about to smack the shit out of somebody.
Chris Rock had already dissed Jada.
Yep.
I know.
At the awards at one point.
Yep.
So, is it to the fact where your man Will was like, listen, we done did this shit before,
that's
man.
What I was trying to get at,
how often you gonna keep coming at mine?
Facts.
That's my thing.
That's what I meant.
Was he wrong? Y'all forget he's from West Philly.
He was a bit.
did
Don't
West
that's
Philly.
all I'm
Let's say
saying.
he was. Let's say
It
he
don't
was.
matter. It don't matter.
Did
Let's
West
say-
Philly
You're right.
let's say he
You're right.
was.
You're right.
No, I know.
Who's the worst nigga you want to fuck with? A bitch ass nigga.
Right. Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Who's the worst?
Yeah.
Right
Them the
or
worst. Them the worst. Yeah.
Who's the
Yeah,
worst
yeah,
nigga
them
you
worst.
want to fuck with is a bitch ass nigga because ain't no telling where
Yeah,
they going.
right,
You fucking
right.
with a gangster nigga, I know what you gonna do already.
Right.
You going to the gun, you going to this. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with a bitch ass nigga, I don't know what your intentions are.
Right.
I don't know what to
Facts.
say at some points.
Facts.
Like, I don't know how you gonna come.
But with all of that said, how do you think Will reacted the way he should?
Should
Do you like the way Will reacted? Do you like the way Chris Rock? It's both. You can comment on Will and Chris Rock. Not what would you
Who
do?
you
Not the street life. Just those. We're talking about. These are millionaires.
I think it was time for Will to fucking stand up.
I thought about that too.
I think it was time
I'm
for
not
Will
mad
to
that
stand
somebody
up.
say
Y'all
that.
ain't gonna keep.
His mother say he ain't never stood up.
Right.
So
And now is the
it's
time.
time.
But on the Oscar, so that's
Listen,
all. We're not debating your
that's
opinion.
the problem. We're debating on where it was and what it was.
No, I don't want to do that.
The
How do you
BET or the
feel?
Oscars.
How do you feel? You think Will did what he's supposed to do?
It's a
And
time
that
and
goes
place
back
for
to the
everything.
relationship
It
with
was
him
his
and his
time.
mother. If you
It's
what was
a
the
time
book?
and place for everything. It was his time and his place.
So you think that Will ever reacted
But
the
it
way
was
he should have?
strategic, you think? Because it was Chris Rock. Like he said, if
I don't
it
think-
was
I
that
don't-
time and it was Mike Tyson,
I don't think it was strategic.
shit.
I mean, obviously you're just not gonna walk up and smack Mike Tyson. No
Well,
matter who the
let's
fuck
not
okay,
let's
so
not
it
do
was
all the
TK
let's not do all the absolves. Let's not do the hope and wishes.
It was his time and his place.
Right. That's all. Let's just deal
That's
with
what I
that.
said.
So you feel that Will
It was
his time
and his place. Like,
So
fuck that.
Will
I'm
should have
not
smacked the
taking no more
shit.
of this shit.
All right. So now, how do you feel about the way Chris Rock reacted? You think Chris did
As
a good job?
professional. I
Okay.
think he acted as a professional.
Right.
And that's good or bad? Like, because do you
depends
think
on-
Will Smith didn't act like a professional?
He did not.
Okay. So now
Chris
you
Rock
should.
showed him out. Chris Rock showed him out. Like, really? And he said it. Like, really?
Right.
It was
Facts.
a joke.
I know.
Facts.
I know.
He showed him out.
Facts.
Now, the average man wouldn't know. You know
Right.
what I'm
We're not
saying?
talking about.
Like,
We got.
you
We
see, Chris
leaving
Rock
us alone.
said,
We're leaving us
Chris
alone.
Rock said,
Chris Rock showed him
"Ching, money." Once he got
We're living
hit,
us-
if you looked at him, he's like, "What he said? It's gonna go down in history as the
Yeah.
What you?
Yo, for one,
Yeah.
Money.
just real quick, I want to tell y'all that I watched a dude today on YouTube, and he's a body analyst. He analyzes
Me too.
what you do, whatever.
I seen that one.
I think that was everybody should go back and watch that.
I seen that too.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
It looks
real.
like it was a.
That's what he's.
It wasn't set up at all.
I
Like,
seen that.
Like their actions before and after. That was tough.
I actually
that
seen
was
that
tough.
too.
The way
I
Will
watched
Smith
it,
was sitting,
yeah.
had his legs crossed. Like, you gotta watch that. Because at first, my first initial, this shit
Me
set
too.
up. Niggas about to do a movie together.
Yeah.
That was my thing. But when I watched him today, I was
Yep,
like,
I
oh,
seen
shit.
it. But remind you, Trash, actors act on that too.
Right.
They know
Right.
body
And he
movement,
said that
so
too.
he could have been.
He
using
said that
that.
too. He was like, listen,
They do a good job at
yo,
body
he's still
language.
an actor.
Yep.
Right.
Not only is he an actor right now, he's an Oscar-winning actor.
So he can do
But
anything.
also, like, again, then we're gonna move on to T-Mac. But a lot of actors, that's when they've been in scenes, they say, "Hit me," like you said, like so. Don't just sit up there and like fake it. Like, yo, give me one.
Right, like
Give me
Rocky.
one. Yeah,
Rocky,
so-
one of those rounds was real.
All I know is that somehow Chris Rock tickets that was once $40 are now $400, $500.
Exactly.
Now,
Got the
like I
Wilbur.
said, so back to what you said, would I be surprised if I found out a year later that this shit was set up? It wouldn't surprise me. But for now, we're just speaking on what we know. Now, how
Let's
do you
go,
feel
T-Mac.
about Chris Rock? How do you feel about Will Smith? You can start on either one or let Jiggy come on by you real quick with his videos. Come on in now. Air your rolls up
You left the belt
before she
confident.
start talking. All right, so you can speak on either one or all or both.
I think Will was very wrong. You know, he's made his career off of being this clean cut person. And he's, you know, had a lot of comments over the years over rappers using certain words, and that's, you know, that's not how you have to make money. And he's been very vocal on, you know, he wants to be a great example for his kids and all of that. that was a poor representation of that. And I actually blame Jada for that. I blame Jada for that. Like, you know your husband. Like, what we see is, you know, a facade. But you know what he's like when the camera is off.
Facts.
So she knew she was going to get a reaction out of him based on how she looked at him.
Yeah. Right.
Tough.
And unfortunately, he fell into that. Like, I think he slapped Chris Rock for the way he probably should have slapped her for what she did.
Oh,
Good
And pretty
point.
much
Thank you.
blasting
Shit.
him
Good
on
point.
national TV about how she having sex with some young boy.
Got that,
So
man.
I just think that Chris Rock just took the blunt of, you know, something that was going on between the two of them. Because she been in the industry, what, 30 years, 25 years, 20 years, whatever it is. How many comments have been made about Jada Pinkett?
You can't count it.
Well, I could do the math. A billion.
This is what bothers you? Somebody talking about your hair?
What was it, alopecia?
And
But
it's
it's
not.
like you've lived your career on changing your hair. 1 week you shaved off on one side, the next
Yeah.
week you got braids, then you got a long wig on. So she's never been shy about her hair. And even if you look at her daughter's hair was short like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what was the
Except
big-
when she put her head back and forth, put her head all over.
But I just don't understand. Like, why did this affect her in such a manner that she had to shoot Will this look like you better do something?
That's a good point because I wanted to tap in similar to that. If the joke was something crazy, like if she had cancer, something like that, like what a lot of communities out there, alopecia is not something that you could die from or something like that. And it was probably a tasteless joke, but it wasn't like he could. In some people's eyes, it might have been tasteless, but like not to others. Right? I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I thought it was a great joke.
It wasn't even a bad joke.
it wasn't-
Like
not
G.I.
at all.
Jane.
Nah, you know what I think it was?
Nah, but also,
She ain't a
but hold on.
Get the role now.
But the part in G.I. Jane, you gotta remember that Demi Moore and G.I. Jane, who was bald headed, she ended up leaving her husband for a younger man. So that's why the
too deep
defense.
into- yeah.
That's what we gotta look at. It's a lot more to it. Well, like you know what I mean. So like when you say G.I. Jane, like now you bald headed and also.
Saying that's exactly what she did. I mean, not that she
Facts.
Will Smith
But-
because she wouldn't leave. I mean, come on, she's not gonna leave money to go mess around with this.
Right.
Hey,
So it was more fact. It
y'all heard
was
what
more fact.
Corey
Real
Holcomb said?
quick, is that when Will Smith was laughing at the joke and then thought about that? Like, hold
Yeah,
on,
yeah. Right. Yeah.
Nah,
She
he
like-
think
she
about
like-
shit till he see
Yeah.
her face.
But he might have thought about. He might have thought about. Right. He might have.
You saying my wife gonna do the same thing
Yeah.
G.I. Jane did?
They should have still slapped her. He still should have slapped her.
But she
Like,
gave
it's still
him the
bad
look.
with ten,
Like, he
like-
would've- if she,
I think it
But
was.
why you bringing it up?
She
It
was
was.
the
It was.
father.
That's all I can stand. I can't stand.
Yo.
And
yeah.
what better person than Chris Rock? You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey,
Chris Rock was-
y'all heard what Corey Holcomb
That's what it
said? He said,
You know what I mean?
"What do you expect if you bring your bald head bitch in the front of the audience for a comedian?
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
think gonna
Yeah.
happen, nigga?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Corey
Somebody gonna
Holcomb.
say
Yo.
something. That's what comedians do, yo. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
Like, look
put-
at D.L. Hughley. He look around the crowd.
I said,
They
"Bitch, put
talk
this
shit to-
put
you know
this
what I
Red
mean?
Sox hat on or something."
Yeah.
bro.
Facebook lit him up. Not only did they said that, they was like, yo, then after all that, they gonna give him a what you call the Emmy? They'll give him a statue of her.
Of Gator.
A
Of
Demi.
Jada. You know the statue's bald.
He didn't give a fuck. He had
Yo.
the after party. You see him
Yo.
dancing
I seen
with the
him
shit. He
dancing.
didn't give
But
a
this
fuck.
is what's crazy, right? Like anybody, I mean, I'm married, right? Like so you guys are not, right? But even if you've been in a long term relationship with somebody, we know how we defend our shorties, right?
Yeah.
But also sometimes your shorty got to defend you, right? So I've seen so many times. No, not in defending you, not that's. But like when a wifey could be like, "Yo, let that shit go," you be like, "Nah, like yo, did he take that napkin?" She be like, "Man, listen, it's 1,000 napkins here. Leave that alone." Like we are so quick. So a shorty typically make us who we are. That's why they say every strong black man is a strong black woman behind him.
Never that quick.
But what I'm saying is right. So this was an opportunity for Shorty to be his rock, right? Like it seemed like she'd already been disrespecting him for 30 years anyway, right? but it feels like a long.
No,
Hold
I was getting ready to say
on,
that.
yo.
She looked at him. He said, "What would Pop do?"
Yo, listen. Yo, we gonna keep. Yo, listen. We already know. So, but in all
True,
in
you
all
gotta know
actuality,
your man too.
yo,
'Cause that could've
in
been
all
ugly.
actuality,
Yeah, Chris
like,
could have whipped his ass for all we know.
yo, for her to do that, it just seemed like she had an opportunity when she seen him laughing. It looked like it was more like they personal shit. He was like, "Yo, she ain't gonna bring. We gonna get home and she gonna shut it down tonight unless I go up there and smack her." But I'm gonna let T-Mac go. Hold on, go ahead. What you want to say?
I was going to even touch on, Chris Rock's reaction. My hat's off to him for that.
Very professional.
Because I would have slapped the shit out of Will. Like, you could say whatever the fuck you want to while you down there.
Facts.
You could talk. I don't care about none of that.
There you go.
But when you put your fucking hands on a person, that changes the whole dynamic.
Thank you.
Like,
For
if
me.
he didn't like what Chris said, or if whatever he said affected his wife in a way where she felt hurt or she's tired of hearing or whatever the look is, because he know what the look was that she gave him, then you handle that man to man. Like, what did Chris Rock ever do to you for you to feel compelled in that moment to put your hands on him?
You did a few things, but you're right.
But I mean, like, to that point, like, you would really want to slap him?
So you
Like,
think?
for what?
Right.
So
But-
do you think that Chris Rock would stand up by not reacting?
I think Chris should have hit that nigga back.
So was he stand up for the way he reacted?
I don't think so.
Ooh,
No.
see, now we get
Good
back.
point.
All
Now
right.
with it.
And it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy
that
because
would
it's
be
crazy.
great.
Right?
Now, yeah.
Because I think
No, now mind you, we're not talking about
With Chris Rock.
your husband, not
I'm
your
talking
best
about-
friend's
I'm talking
husband.
about Chris Rock.
We're talking about Chris
I
Rock,
think
who's
I don't think he
a
was-
professional
I don't
comedian,
I
a
don't-
professional
I don't
millionaire.
think he would stand up for that. I don't think he would stand up for that.
You think that he should have
I
got
think
out of
he-
his
he-
drawers
listen.
and started
When Will-
tussling with Will Smith?
When
I think he
Will,
was.
when Will stepped out of his character and put his hands on that man, all bets would have been off.
But what if you
I just
can't
think
bring it to that level? Is what I'm saying. He did what was in the confines of who he is. He's
Yeah.
he's. I'm not that
didn't
nigga.
think that
If a
would
nigga
bring-
smack me,
If
spit
he
on me,
the type-
kick
if he
me,
the type of
I
heavyweight,
can't. I know
He'd
niggas
at
like
least
that.
put a microphone at him.
But I'm
You know what
saying
I'm
I know
saying?
niggas like that. Staying within who you are, and I think that's what he did. What I'm gonna do? He smacked me. I can't fight. Fuck y'all want me to do? But nigga,
He
take
could've-
this on the chin.
Now,
It's the greatest
uh,
fight in TV.
Let me get this money.
he could have bit his tuxedo jacket. He could have bit his jacket.
Well,
But-
quick.
I agree. I don't think that. No, I really think that Chris Rock did what he should have done. He sat still.
What he should have.
What he should have done.
What-
Now, mind you, we're
what
talking about
you
Chris
expect,
Rock.
Not what you expected your spouse would
Right,
do.
right. No,
We
we
don't
talking
know-
about Chris
we
Rock.
don't know
No.
Chris
But
Rock.
I'm just saying,
Right.
saying it has nothing to do with, spouse, wife, whatever. As an individual, you're raised that, sticks and stones, words will never hurt you. So you really put your hands on a person. So my initial reaction is not to just,
Yours. You just said yours.
No, but I'm just saying, even as far as Chris Rock, we talking about Will didn't just sit there in a chair and just curse at him and keep going and button into his little presentation or nothing like that. He physically got out of his chair and went up on the stage and put his hands
So-
and slapped
But
him
what
in
you-
the
So,
face like he was a
watch this.
man.
So watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Now, here we go. 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 Here we go.
I think you about
Here
to
we
say what I was
go.
about to say.
Here we go.
Mhm.
So Chris Rock is on stage. He's supposed to say what he's supposed to say, and Will Smith's supposed to sit up there and take it. Right? So now, Will Smith. Well,
Okay.
all right. So I thought I fucked up the name. I was like, okay, so
Hold on,
Will
hold
Smith. I was like, the motherfucker had me sitting up there. I'm questioning. I'm like, damn, like, am I fucked up? Like, all right, so, yo, I'm like, damn, like, yo, she changed her name back anyway. So that's the deepest story. Okay, so. So, any questions? Nothing. Yo, I love it. No, this is where we at. All right, so I love it. So Chris Rock telling, look, I ain't gonna do this shit no more. But you realize I ain't punching
Oh,
the table like
man,
King
I'm 2
Kong.
blunts down.
So listen, that's all. You want to go smoke again? Listen, all right. Yo, side. Anyway, so
But go ahead.
so
Niggas is cooked.
if Chris Rock is doing his thing, Will Smith is sitting there. He's supposed to keep sitting there taking it. Will Smith decides not to keep taking it, and now he reacts. Just because Will Smith reacts, that doesn't mean that Chris Rock has to react.
Right.
Mind you, they both should
I'm
be
not saying
sitting.
that he had to do anything. What I'm saying is he should have. He should have.
But
Because
back it up. 2 seconds before you go into what he should have done. You said Will Smith should have been sitting there taking it,
of
and
course.
Chris Rock should have been sitting there delivering it. Right?
Right.
So
I
now,
know you-
so now, when one changes, that doesn't mean the other has to change. That's where I was going with it.
I understand what you're
Okay.
saying, but what I'm saying is my feeling on it is Chris Rock would have been well within his right.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
we
Facts.
said
We
that.
never denied
I'm
it.
thinking that he should have. Now, my whole thing is this. If, like you said, we don't know Will Smith to react to much of anything. I mean, Eminem even put on his song. You know, Will Smith said he don't have to cuss at some records, but I do. Like, fuck him and fuck you too. Like, then go react to that nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he called you a bitch.
Right.
Like, handle that. Like, why would you be so compelled to be aggressive? And I think the question really should be highlighted even more. If that was a different comedian up there dragging Jada through the mud,
He wouldn't
would he
react.
have had that same reaction?
And we agree with you with that. It's just the Chris
So, like,
Rock
why
thing.
would
I don't
you?
know.
So then,
The response on
so
Chris
then my whole
Rock.
thing
is
is,
just the issue.
if we think that if, say, Earthquake was up there, or Dave Chappelle,
TK
or, you know,
Kirkland.
with whoever, D.L. Hughley,
I think he might.
like if he wouldn't have compelled himself to get out of his seat and would have just seen that as jokes, then why? So now you a punk. Like,
But
so now you, no,
We agree.
so
What
you
we
a
do-
punk
Can't
now.
say
But
that
what we
because
don't
he
want to
wrote
do,
that.
hold on, real quick. What we don't want to do is go down the rabbit hole of what if, what could, right? So
Rabbit hole.
we're just
I think
talking
you
about,
might.
no, we're just talking about Chris Rock's reaction.
Right.
Let's just stay with
Oh,
that. Like,
right.
not
I think
us,
Chris Rock
not
should
me
have
working at the
bust
gas
Will
station, not nobody.
I
So
think
just,
Chris Rock should
let's
have
just keep it
bust
I
simple.
think he should have
Because we
too,
could go
but I
everywhere.
think he should have did what he. But that's like
he
okay.
reacted like a professional in my
Say-
Right,
say-
that's all we're
say-
talking about.
say-
Just Chris
say-
Rock.
say-
Just
say-
Chris Rock.
It's easy to,
Just Chris.
you know what I'm saying? After he got slapped, all right,
Yeah.
fuck that. You
The
know what I
woulda,
mean?
coulda,
Like, so-
shoulda. No, Chris Rock.
Yeah,
But say-
that's
say
what
you're
it is
his
like
wife,
that.
Chris
It's like
Rock's
that's what
wife.
motherfuckers is looking for, man.
Chris Rock
Chris Rock
has
don't
never.
have a wife.
Huh?
Chris Rock don't have a wife.
I said, say you're Chris Rock's wife. That
Okay.
you say she does have a wife for this incident. What the fuck
Oh,
wrong
okay.
with this
Go
nigga?
ahead.
So say Chris Rock, you're his wife, and the motherfucker, you know him. He I ain't gonna call him bitch ass nigga. He ain't never had a fight in his life. He timid as shit, but you love him for whatever you love him for, dicking you down, whatever he's doing, you love him. But you know if anybody smack him, he's not gonna do anything. That's just who the man he is. So I'm saying that's all he did
And Will
was
probably
be
knew
himself. Is what I'm saying. I know
Will
we're
knew.
looking at it like if it was me, I'd have fucked him up. But you're trying to tell me you ain't never been in a club where a nigga smacked a motherfucker and he ain't did nothing because he's who he is?
But
I don't know what to
but-
do.
but then
Nigga
it's-
smack me. What
but
the
then
fuck am I
it's-
gonna do? I can't fight.
But then it's also another way to look at it. If we feel like Will was outside of his character,
I do.
then so was Chris Rock. It's possible that Chris Rock would have beat his ass. But maybe he stepped outside of what he normally would have done and said, you know what, I'm not even going to go there with him. Maybe they have a different type of relationship where, you know, he really realized he pushed a button in him or something like that. Who knows? But I just think that you shouldn't have. I think that when you put your hands on somebody, period,
I believe
it is what it is.
I think so.
And I think that, you know, like I said, my
Me
hat
too.
goes off to Chris Rock because yes, he did handle himself in a professional manner, but no, I do not agree with
Me
his
either.
reaction.
I don't know.
I think that he should have did something other than stand there and try to compose himself.
But that
Because at
motherfucker,
that point, that's a physical assault on somebody.
Yeah,
And I'm
but
just sorry. It
When
just
40
don't-
go to 400, nigga, and
Yeah.
you come back with instead of 40,000, you come with 400,000
No.
a night. You did what you did.
know-
what you supposed to
You
do.
know what's crazy, right? I agree. This is why this was a nice topic. This was lovely to talk about because there's so many different dynamics, and everybody. It's not like we're gonna always say, okay, Chris Rock was right or Will Smith was right, but it's just different perspectives, and us just laying down our opinions. And then, more importantly, is trying to separate the two, right? So we don't want to say, what would you do as a gas station worker? What happened with your wife? We want to try to make sure that we keep it Chris Rock, Will Smith. Because a
much as
lot of
we can,
people,
yeah,
as much as we can, because a lot of people, of course, like you said, ain't nobody gonna come up and smack you in the face, turn around and walk away. I wouldn't be sitting right here beside you, and you wouldn't be sitting right here beside me if that could transpire, right? So now we have to think about, okay, now if you sit up here, you're a multi-millionaire, and like you could lose millions or you could gain another 100 million. Like there's so much other shit that the mindset that they are in, we are not even thinking about or can even fathom. It's a different concept. So again, we're just giving our opinions on what we think, how we feel. And I'm glad that we have all these perspectives, and I'm glad that we able to give our opinions because I know you guys heard every opinion in the world right now. But as always, man, we want to tie it up. Let's get into it, man. How we ending off our show, man? What you want to say to sign off?
Shit, just want to tell, like I said in the beginning, y'all see my man, me and JD, thriving, trying to make this work. Y'all seeing the hiccups, everything live. You know, we're not hiding anything. We're trying to grow in front of you. So whatever mistakes you see, if not mistakes, opinions you see, we just need you to comment on it. And we know we're not the greatest yet. We striving for it. So we just out here trying to do what we can do. Just need your help in supporting us, commenting, sharing, liking if you like it. Just do something. Just not. I mean, we viewing it. We love that too. But say something. Don't just view the shit and don't say nothing. Call us. Most of the supporters right now, we know them. Call me. Say, excuse me, you shouldn't have wore that shirt. Or
Don't just
these glasses is that. Yeah, let's don't do nothing. Do something.
So
Don't
obviously,
just do no.
we love it, man. We appreciate
What you
everybody
think?
coming
Cuz
out,
talk to
man.
the people.
This is obviously what we love to do, man. We the appreciation and just looking at what we do and say. Mask Uncovered Podcast. Always we want to represent that. Mask Uncovered Podcast. Tune in, subscribe, like the channel, funk with us, fuck with us. You got it. Thank you for the guests that came out, had some words to say. At some point they might want to be on camera, but right now,
Tonight.
no. All right, y'all. Holla.